make a promise way in the run up to the 2020 election, no. At the time, now we are deputy chief of staff. Fast forward, Muwini Obaba be minister in charge of works and housing. In terms of implementing our promise, na mumeki, you know, what was the model and more consider? Edikai.
Edikai met your tearful and no matter what is for a conyana, then say if I'm a church and you remember. And the cray. Enrana pa said you be the on toma na a pound to na akunya say 94.7 na ye cheche amafu. Now to go to your question, now say tama
moye promise no. Well, I think the promise was say mo be boa mabunu a ebia wa wie school afi no anya adwuma foforo onya lump sum be dia kutua rent advance no onibi in the aban will come in and help. And I'm able to say, what was the model and more consider when you made that promise? No,
the model is the model that we are
implementing now.
Exactly. You can say we use the private sector to do it.
Okay.
We have a lot of public programs especially in Ghana now. Now it's being managed by politicians, 94.7 public officers. Now almost so there now more motivation is quite different from that of private sector. 2 days ago, any bank be a year juma.
Okay.
So Monday finalizing arrangement for this. Now you meeting by 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Omo catch me say omo we are omo call back to office. I go to juma na so.
A bank for
in public offices in Ghana today, above 4 obiya coffee. In the private sector there, it's say profit making. Efficiency, effectiveness is the core
of a juma.
And in the private sector, there, Ekosuka pa me sankamenya and no more be brea in Ghana and
privatize it.
Naka government no a performing is traditional role of oversight, monitoring and evaluation. Yen MPP, the private sector is the engine of growth. And that is the reason why we are using
a private sector company.
There are a lot of programs. A program like Maslog, for instance, all the time government is pumping in money. But it's kind of because it's managed publicly managed, you know, they are not able to enforce the collection of the money. But the way they are private sector. So when to be also no nobody say be obitua na wonya sika. So the bear sika no it's a revolving fund. It continue to come back so that we can get more to reach out to more people.
Okay,
so
it is here no. You settled on a public-private partnership. In this case, no, rent masters abem. What does it mean? Is here rent masters ne yeden and public ne woman so public ne yeden.
When you say public, it's because it's government money.
Sure,
it can come public.
Okay.
Now, rent masters, no, they are handling the day-to-day operations of the scheme. In terms of, for instance, the management of customer application process, disbursement of rent advance, and all that, the interface between the tenants and the landlord.
Okay, so I know rent masters
exactly, and all other operations as far as the
scheme is concerned.
Government's role is to provide the money
through the Ministry of Works and Housing.
Exactly.
Okay.
To provide the money, and also we've made sure say some bank guarantee to make sure say rent masters and this is kind of share bank in between scam.
Okay.
And bank and also is providing some sort of support and oversight
to rent masters
to make sure say they can also so there are inbuilt control mechanisms protecting public funds.
In statement now, no pay mu issue and mo say rent masters has been in this business for a long time. What do they do? Rent masters
a Juma, and then another rent master say they've been doing it for some time.
As no more pet diamond call for
Okopo Diane. The very details, no, major man, but as an introductory part, Okopo Diane. Because you won't mean to your rent advance. Rent master be to your rent advance number.
The amount.
Now we work to your monthly, no.
The amount rent masters. Okay.
But there's a high interest rate at market value. But government is coming in with public funds now, and the ultimate aim is to support
the private sector, no? And young people of this country
and other people are more find difficult to pay.
Okay,
interest rates, no, because the government money above from drastically.
And they say above saying
12%.
12% for this. 12% per annum.
Yeah,
per annum, right? Okay, it not just say in a buying thinking, no, because who provide this car, ye provide this car, best nipe a number of people are more rent. In a buying thinking, every year, who provides car, nipa be saying the bit media rented.
Well,
my yes, our details, no.
Currently, with a budgeted 30 million.
30 million Ghana cedis.
Ghana cedis.
Okay.
We have calculations now on the surface. We are talking about assuming UBI to have funds at 500. It's around 5,000. 5,000
people.
But because it's a revolving fund, and so this kind of amount, let's say, be to your backer. No, you see, this kind of amount will be to your backer. 10 biano.
Sikawo funding.
That money can take off about 15,000 people. Yeah, according to the calculations.
Calculations are my
So, but say we even need more. So far, an applications are in and there's an overwhelming interest in this. And was Kwame Obi. May start on my background information.
Yeah.
Now it is important that we situate it in the right context, and the reason why this program is very important. We are saying we, and no one means any here power where you're sitting.
Yes.
The kind without which you can't live, can't survive. The toss me no nipa de oha unti fa hungo in this modern world. So o share atade clothing.
Yes.
And the third one is shelter. Baby abeda. Ghana ha nkofo bebre a year school and that's when you adwuma baby so mutuko.
Sure.
And so because say we have an unfortunate situation of this rent advance phenomenon. Nkofo bebre a omuntimi nya sa rent advance no. Omuntimi nko. Meanwhile, be now a doctor ni nya services be a baby. E be no a lawyer, e be no a teacher, be no a nurse.
Yeah.
So, and ni nyina ni say as a country no, yen dino is succeeding.
Nipa
yeah. We have a huge housing deficit of 1.5
million thereabout.
1.8 million. Yeah. And in economics, this situation has created a demand and supply imbalance. And it has created a situation where the landlords dictate to the tenants because tenants don't have a choice. So the current law, rent law, which was passed some 60 years ago, says that we shouldn't demand rent advance
of more than 6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
Unfortunately, enforcement of this law has become difficult. Why is it so? Because tenants don't have choice. Until some about honest or dying, what's mean to 2 years? Let's mean to ya. And as I say, it's rent mean to ya.
Obi for budget
or for a tree. No, could you? So, but where then I got so what it means is a nipa now my junior almost say a pet a damn moment and that's one baby at home. So it's an unfortunate situation, but we are taking steps to increase the housing stock. Yeah, we are taking steps, and we're also taking stock to put mechanism in place for rental accommodation. Even in America, if you like, the richest country in the world. It's not everybody who can own a home.
Yeah.
Nipa be brave.
Ever rented that. Sure.
And here say you make arrangement for rental accommodation to be easy. So nipa do na so bit many baby. So that is the idea behind this whole thing. Now no statement na ebinim who say rent masters yini dada. No mo feel say bia kasa ye na ekofa this whole model on the buy. No, we actually saw what rent masters are doing, and we realized that we can put behind
the power of the state
behind it to increase access to it and to also make it more affordable.
But at the launch and run, most spell out details where he said rent masters na money or more.
Oh yeah, it
was part of the launch.
Even in the program brochure now, the governance structure, an oversight committee called Project Management Committee, which is providing strategic oversight direction for the program, and also the day-to-day administration, day-to-day management and operation being handled by
rent masters.
And government again providing monitoring and evaluation of the process. In America, sanitation, a lot of other things are being outsourced to private sector. Government monitor it to make sure that
Okay, the 30 million Ghana cedis. So is it for this year? By that I mean, so are we to expect every budget cycle? Okay.
Now the government have voted to budget
30 million Ghana cedis.
For which, as we speak, 18 million has been made available.
Cash. Released. Rent masters. Okay.
We expecting the 12
million yes.
Like I said, it's a revolving fund.
Yes.
You pay and it comes back. They will give it out. You pay with some small interest, so it will grow a little bit. I'm hoping, because the response that we've gotten so far, I am very hopeful. So say it mean managing year rent master year management year nete I didn't grow. We see the benefit that is accruing to the public. Obviously, it cannot serve everybody, cannot reach everybody. There will be a need to find more resources to pump into the fund so that it can reach more people. Whether from government, whether even private sector companies, be an banks, who see the profitability of it, and also
now
they are all various scenarios. But one thing that I always make it clear, they say, this is a new program. Program B are not start here. Right from NRA, the launch up to now. Questions are more Fubusa from radio station, even the launch, the chairman of the event, the Council of State chairman TUC, General Secretary Obaye, any comments? It will be the junior bar. If you say it will improve. So we are not saying say at the start of it, everything is perfect. So I say, and my example, we say when I was as a student in America, some 2 decades ago, and I was studying public policy. We were reviewing America's federal programs like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Even a program now existed for 100 years and so on. At that, when we were at the university, we were able to punch holes
into our programs
to make it better,
just to improve
exactly. Sister we are saying we are still at the start of it. Whatever problems that we will encounter, we will
more solve when more common. They are a work in progress, essentially. But but
the idea behind it, everybody understands. Idea,
Meba Rent Master CEO na some of the details. Mebusan 18 million now by a release because Rent Masters and your financial institution. As I said, you discount more bankers and now say discount more ankasa. How does that play out?
Well, yeah, the mom.
Okay.
And with their bankers.
Okay.
And the bank, my government guarantee. Say rent masters and tuya. Bank no
ebetua.
Exactly.
It meaning say rent masters etua sikama ebia beneficiary bia. Banks in the bedges can back, right?
Oh, so what you ever call bank no?
Bank.
They have their own control system.
Control system on the back.
Yeah, and also to make sure rent masters they will not misapply the funds.
Misapply funds.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Exactly. But based on the agreement among you makono, because me say na wo say 500 Ghana cedis. Is it say obi a benefit from this scheme no? I was say dan a wo ko gina dan a obetua 500 a month na.
Okay. So I think Obi, that's a very important question. We are talking about affordable housing, affordable renting.
Okay.
In the United Nations, trying to provide a common platform for affordability has defined affordability, say, a situation where you can spend up to 30% of your income.
Of your monthly income on housing.
Whether
30%.
30%, whether by mortgage or through monthly rental payments.
Yeah.
If it's beyond 30%,
it's affordable.
Because we 30% now, who are medical bills, who are school fees, who are other commitments you have to perform. And that's the and over apply. We say Richard will give you the details. Over apply, they say who say a dana wakojeno is more than 30% of your income. You won't qualify.
Exactly. This scheme.
Yes. So that is the.
And there was a dime bia o koje. Ebema utumi mo wetimi apply no. I was say a dime or monthly spend on that house no should not be more than 30% of your net salary.
Exactly.
Or net salary.
Exactly. Whatever you
Oh, okay. It means say woje for the purpose of arguments, maybe I would 1,000 Ghana cedis a month. I was say danya wo kwa kwaje no. Eye danya ubetua be 300 Ghana cedis a month.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. My Musa rent master CEO. I mean, Udini. Then you just come closer and speak into the mic. Udini, Richard Achampong. Okay. And you've done this for how long?
We are entering our 5th year now.
Oh, 5th year.
Yes.
Why not? Or passion or house in Moana?
To be frank, Mr. I try to rent.
Okay.
And at that time, me okay, kakra. What did I say? And rent advance no so me shake. And I'm say if it's difficult for me at that time, then I'm sure it's difficult for everybody else. And so I looked for a solution. And I realized the solution was just right in front of us. And yeah, before you create it. In renting and real estate transactions, there is renting and subletting.
Yeah.
And Ghana no, if you're a biaka say, so renting me that person sublet here, you need a written consent from me, and sign away to me ISR.
Yes.
So we started with four people, and we paid their rent. Landlord they say, okay, so we nipa we never bet them with their mepney. Then you cheer on the rent, and then they paid back, and then the next month we added another and another.
And then we have salaried workers, right?
Oh, yes, salaried workers in Kwa. We have customers who are hairdressers, electricians, and in the beginning everybody says, "Oh, Juma we there we are Ubeboka because Ghana for Muntia," but that was wrong. Because the assumption is, baby, I would sit there. Who bet me a kobo basing a koto shoe? Now what dodgy? What is it? Baby, I would sit there.
It's dodgy and
you know, especially when you are young, married with children. And I believe that in the beginning, you put it into test, believe me, I have done every single part of this job before, every single process. We apply first in the internet, so we apply with paper. Then I will personally go to where maybe I would with Ghana Post addressing system. We capture it on our phone, we take pictures, we sign the agreement with the landlord, and then so many crowns. So now almost started sending payment. What is here?
India no sa na money or more employers and na eka no matter at source amamu anase. You allow beneficiaries now to pay.
Yeah. We allow beneficiaries to pay.
Okay.
And they
first February.
They're first, fine. I mean, a lot of people have already paid their rent. What is it? Started from 25th. Now almost send it back. Almost send it back.
It is over almost 35 years. No more on call for saying on your system.
Oh, since they are quite limiting, but we have over 600.
More than 600 people.
And the system works, the model works. What is it? And I believe, say, it can solve this problem because Obia man Ubia for the first time Ubia no. Say they renew, and then they renew and they renew and they renew.
They renew meaning say or more advance no ewua. They still come to you to pay the next advance. Sometimes obi beka say me pese me movie kwa hanti munko chia na ha mama. Obi so beka say haya na pese me tenant no landlord no frefre me nti no na ya kochia na ya sign another tenancy agreement na ya ko yenim. Nti no if you look at that process no you see, said that person, since the first time we did for them, they have not paid rent advance again.
94.7.
Magic be nature. It is trust.
But the other thing is that now, and even before I come back to you, Honorable, my minister has a question when I'm in Simon in Momo plan, no, see, I said beneficiary be apply, not say or qualify, not your picking. How much is government prepared to pay, i.e., how many years now buying between in advance for them? Is it 2 years? Is it 1 year? Is it 6 months?
Basically, to be based on the agreement between
only tenants, no?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is okay. Muntia 1 year, mana. Mubetuya, man.
It should be.
Okay. Yeah. And then no. Would it be a negotiation between the tenant, him or herself? Any rent master as under ministry and now say a money landlord then be negotiate which is which
tenant,
three parties
tenant no landlord be negotiate
and be negotiate
whatever
they agree on na rent masters would only do the paying. Okay, that's fine. It is here as you operate the system no say let's start, and again because this is here it is no longer a whole private arrangement because there is public money coming to you. In TMS stakes no a bit higher now. Yes. Say obi interested no person apply. What is your system? Or system not saying what would the person have to do?
The person will go to the website, the scheme's website.
Scheme no website.
Aye.
Website no be in the CCR.
CCR no.
Okay.
www.nras.gov.gh.
nras.gov.gh. Okay.
Yes. Information be out here be out. Apply. Click it, apply. Now I apply.
Okay.
Now I fill in information. Baby, I would say where you work, with salary, when you started. Now, why attach evidence, documentary evidence of your salary? You need your Ghana card,
pay slips
and bank statement. You get 3 months of
pay slips.
Okay. 3 months of bank statement.
Okay.
Your Ghana card.
Okay.
Any references, personal references.
Okay.
And believe me, if you sometimes cry so person who took baby for your friend or current landlord.
Okay.
Just to make sure that when they can rent and
okay.
Okay. And once we are satisfied with the information you've given us, and the financials near correct, near okay, say I approve you. Until my young baby landlord no baby I person rented I no. Near coho. I could take the digital address of baby I person outran. Take
mobiles are for every individual.
Every single person.
Okay.
What I say?
Okay.
Every single person, and then meet the landlord. Near church and say this is the arrangement. Open this one. Landlord be our guys are main peneso. Yeah, catch tenant and say landlord no say on place to jump for. What I say? But
then arrangement name landlord, because before I apply, no,
yes,
I would have spoken with my landlord. What the landlord would be expecting this time, then a rent advance bebre, no.
Yes.
If the arrangement be name an peninsula.
Some of when we started, no, this was all new to everybody.
Okay.
Say Christ new to everybody, okay. And there is one educational I want to mention on your radio station before you be free. It is new to everybody. Into no landlord be ohonoma o chreche no mu ano say na wonso so asem na okay. O pese obon de besia fa sika no man no ntua na rent. Enso so anya besia.
Okay.
O ti ase e rent masters and na rented dine no. And now with your permission of the landlord no, ye dey ma the next person to live in. O ti ase. We are not the lender. Ye mbo besia.
Yes.
Into no landlord be o because man for kasa too much into I don't want to deal with this. And we it's okay with us. And one say I can't just compare baby for a landlord and a better as you know, when the landlord accepts her, we make the payment. Busumi bia before say busumi ni bewu no be no more.
Baba, that is where the model you operated as a whole private company,
yes.
Monona in terms of because Obeka said for payment guarantee to me here a salaried worker. If you have any employer, you can attend at source.
Yes.
So I have any controller, you can attend at source. Sisiana public money urban.
Yes.
Do you still think say you have to operate the old model? And Sisiano, there was some more employers in so ebem.
Pepe.
Okay.
Intino, you're trying to say now, minister, they can't say no dear. If I know be dosun intino, you try say be tiskano at source.
Okay.
Intino, people she ABS here with control and all the other state institutions, you know. Yeah. Inti say no we approve you who fill forms on the controller wa.
Okay.
You chia car na ya rent no.
At source.
Aba at source. Okay. Aba a account na ya ABA mu. We adwuma ma asempa nso so a. Asempa can sign up as an employer.
Okay.
And offer the rent services to all its employees. And also they say Masempa chia car.
Na source.
Pepe.
Okay. It my arrangement
system ni nyina wo ho.
Me pacho based on my model no and again because of the purpose of this scheme no say me makwa konya dan na ebia me hwe me ho ene maketua meje me 30% from my salary no it can give me a house be a war cantonment and I say East Legon as I rent no ebia 2 years I was say mama me be $100,000 e ade mo ready to fund that and I say more cap be
your cap
Momo cap near saying
1,500 cedis a month.
1,500 cedis a month.
Yes.
Okay, I think that clarifies things. And this obia dime bia obejeno. It should not go beyond 1,500 a month.
Exactly. Exactly. And pese the well-to-do no you should scanning na. Into 1,500. And you still have to meet that 30%.
That 30%, sure, sure.
That's the maximum.
That 1,500 necrano should not be more than 30% of your salary.
Yes.
Na say obiko website that's what apply. Utie bibi ansa na wa apply na.
Your application fee.
Okay.
Asempa FM.
An application fee now for a reason. Say CIA announcement. One day pay. It's been less than 24 hours. New applications is getting to 200 people. Ebimo in here dying the ding. Ebimu so in here dying. But I'ma apply anyway. Say a year no free wa. Ebe my attention as say obi application be or the baby say him. What that means is say application anka 1 day and I say between 5 to 10 days, you bet me approve, you know. It will take us 30 days. Now, my friend, the attempt say I didn't cry chadodo. What you say? The application fee is there to serve as a barrier. If you are really serious about it, you have to commit something. That's what you say. And apart from a barrier, a filter, I make say we need only the serious people to apply. No. So apply it might be brave coso. you verify every single information you provide. You two moto eba landlord no 2 times. The first time is to establish the relationship with the landlord. Ne acheche ni mu bibia. Opene so a.
Yes.
Ne bisa ne se fiera da ben na tenancy agreement no be ready. Na yemra na yemetua ka na sign. Na waka kire wa mayenda say yemra. O mayenda na that day no will dispatch another person there. Sign the tenancy agreement. Paperwork ayen so ye wo ma landlord na ono so be sign no. Ono so sign my ye jid landlord be ID. Landlord be ho no more. So nim say landlord for no
Asempa FM 94.7.
Omo power no soro ba. Obi o to because of the ID ma.
Yeah.
But we walk away. What I say because to me business with anybody without the person providing their identification. What I say.
Sure.
It's yes sir, your banner say you be chia rent no near beside idea. Mama mobunfu. Eh juma na ye because se sikani could di the wrong person in somewhere e din sem bebre beba. Yem penisa. Inti that is the requirement, that's the reason why I GID. Landlord be ID no matter what.
I get meaning say for some nyoma we na moye no that cost no should be paid for and na through the application fees no more they take care of that cost.
Yes.
But the other thing, honorable contracting a third party to do this on your behalf, no, they would be paid and like government from sa sikaya de ma omo say omo so mbenya benefit be FSS kanimana.
Yeah.
If they would be paid they are going to be paid based on their operational cost. Exactly. So why do we allow them to still charge 100 cedis? And more for registration fee, but why should they charge registration fee if we are going to pay them as a third party contractor more year or sika ubenya for working for us? Why should they take admission
registration fees? No, there are various reasons why we charge registration fee. If you cry or buy appliances, now only intention be so obey. What's your registration fee a commitment? So that you'll be serious about it. Yes, sir. Everybody will on pay that crowd now or
apply.
Create unnecessary.
Yeah, I asked that question because you say universities they've had this problem. Say university in space or more. Say this year bit me for nipa 5,000. They would sell forms to over 20,000 people. We are number for 5,000. 15,000 application fee in the university in first canon edeko. And don't we envisage say because of the level of interest in this thing no say and said the money will not be able to sort obia out but you would end up taking registration fee for so many people. So no bia ni ebetimi anya dan ni bia ma no. That would be
but say sika but just for people to commit, only serious people
would come and
exactly. And
register.
It also help in the operations and the administrative costs of the masters.
But that would mean say then ebia third party and also commission umbenya for doing this job no. We have to factor
it's all factor.
Sa we ni
all factor.
Now me patrol registration fee is here say am pegging at saying
100 cedis.
100 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
Nipa no call online or be print form bia na or be bibia online.
Oh bibia online apply where click a first button here add your documents. No I add the documents Second one is pay registration fee. And also so mobile money window will pop up. Na what the mobile money nashim and as a bank card. Na which
Baba, don't you think 100 cedis is too much? And yet nebo anya den dodo. Because you are dealing with in Kofua in your country rent. I mean 100 cedis is quite an amount. Why not 50? Why not 20 cedis? Why 100 cedis?
So 100 cedis is from to be frank with you, from the beginning, and 100 cedis.
Okay.
What I say? Obi Ohonomoa and Obi Ohonomoa apply we are. You be quite a 9 way. By the time I'll be calling no be this garbage, then you have to go to the next place, and then the next place, and the next place.
There is a cost.
There is a significant cost. Since soon we say fuel enough. What you say?
Yes.
There is significant amount of work that goes into the processing. What you say? You rent in the and we manage the rental experience. Landlord say, we will deal with it. Leakage or ceiling, we'll catch a landlord on yet, we'll come in, we'll manage that whole rental experience.
Okay.
But application fee, no dear, it serves so many purposes. And see, you free wa. Now say 200,000 people apply that. We have to staff enough people to be able to go through it. And then Rebecca Chairman is say, at the end of the board in total processing, at the end of the board in total. Then the whole scheme becomes unsustainable. And so with the application fee, and the commitment for serious people, it's a very sustainable solution. Say, yeah. Unless say, Minister can say 15,000, you have been come, you're increasing. But if the limit is still the 15,000, we will never ask
1,500. You mean?
No, I mean say nipa no do na e betumi enroll no.
Okay.
So minister peg at baby estimates we will never ask any more money from government until the government because say for population higher.
Okay.
Then obviously we will have to fund it more.
My other question will be for 5 years mo company now in existence now we can say nipa momo scheme at that private level near be 600.
Yes.
If you go by numbers a minister they are expecting 30 million it can sort be 5,000 people out at the first stage.
Yes.
Would that not be a number too huge for you to manage? Mubetimi. Because from 600 to 5,000, that's quite
the experience is there. The know-how is there. And we've been training people. You see, the difficult part is coming up with a solution that works. Once you have that established, teaching people to do it is very easy. So what I say? When an application comes in, so I'm filling information in, the system categorizes it as incomplete. Incomplete, we already know, say, we need to call the customer to complete the application. When it's a completed application, we know, say, we have to make sure, say, there is documents attached to it. They are frail. So what I say? These are know-how that we've already put in place. Into teaching new people doesn't become difficult. We have a scoring system. All the information, or age, how many years you've been working with your employer, what salary after your loans are taken out and all your expenses near there now. We are able to see your friend is saying residual income to make a determination. So what I say, the systems are set up in a way, to send automated messages to you back and forth. The reason why I aim to me and blow up to these numbers, is 25%. Uko bank say me ko
interest.
Yeah, interest near 25% in our private Me call bank say me ko the bank will charge me maybe about 30. Maybe 10% come on 40. Is that even affordable anymore? It's not. So what you say? And and yes, and to me grow significantly, but recently interest rates cost require not me personally increasing rate because it has to be affordable
for people.
Yes.
My other fear, and I think a legitimate fear, and it's first and foremost, more a private sector company.
Yes.
And Honorable Kai said private sector efficiency, effectiveness, because the goal is profit making. Do you want to do things right to rake in your profit? I would want to believe, sir, as you are signing up onto this public-private partnership, the private wing of my business, you are not stopping that, would you?
I don't want that to distract this.
No, it is the basis of a question, because again, if that private business will still happen, and no interest 25%, how are we sure, sir, you will not push some of the public money akomo hono to pay for private business no and rake in more profit.
Arrangement now, Minister Kanye with the bank, no, is very strict and it's very clear.
Okay.
You cannot miss money. Money for frobia and free baby ama. So it is here. Secondly, no, you don't push anybody anywhere. Abina say you have to have a Ghana card. You have to be a Ghanaian. You have to be 18. You have to be able to provide proof of employment and income.
Yes.
To qualify. If you don't qualify, if you don't have these, all these questions will have to be yes. Otherwise, you don't qualify. So it is here. And we as a business, we want to concentrate on that. Provide the services which we've signed up with the government, because you know the same thing. What is here? Me kobo besia kra na me faso na sa na menya. You know, we are not more into profit making, but we want to be efficient. Bank example Minister Kanye.
Yes.
It's not necessarily because of profit, but they want to be efficient and meet our timeline. What I said. That's why they went back to the office to do more work even after 7 p.m. And you know, we too want to be efficient. We too want to be commit to what we have signed for. And believe me, we will. Ejumane de makacha minister say ebe. So what I say. And obia obetumi aboa yen bia with baby a ne enkoye bia ye betie, because nipa nyansa ni nipa ba ko
for trip.
What I say. But the end result, you know, is say nipa here more with rent. And no na here for a very long time. There was a guy bia, not that kiosk mu or ton MTN SIM cards or that kiosk mu. Send a message, WhatsApp message, pa uridia na uyesu. And we rented a single room for him. It was 100 cedis a month for 1 year. 100 cedis. He was happy. He paid his rent on the 27th of rent is is Ghana no nipa bebre nim say rent is due in the beginning of the month.
Okay.
Because your tier rent advances you cry your name near. Yeah. Ubia ba 1 year, 2 years, no magic.
Asenso-Boakye.
You know, we in the beginning, we found it very difficult explaining people why rent, you know, your tier in the beginning, not the end. Obi dream say what's name bosumi no no etia.
In momo case no say mo tria advance na say mo de mo te beneficiaries na at source mo better at the beginning of the month.
Yes.
So that is when they are paid anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, rent is always due on the 1st of the month. The amount grace period up to the 5th. Which is because salaries be were delay kakra. But and only one of the questions in Tokwa we started, no, it was Eba. Okay. And it will come. This is will move go for free office.
No, this is once they know say the deduction will be done at source. They know that it's the beginning of the month now. If that's the time I'm more tier.
Yes.
I don't think that there will be enough problems with that.
Well, the explanation, the questions are still there. You know, because you know, then I you know, rent is always paid in the beginning of the month. And sana what's name? What has it?
Yeah.
Ain't a landlord for no. The key but rent is due in the beginning of the month. You know, we are going to focus on the problem at hand. You know, we've done it before. You know, we've done it. We are doing it. And you know, the processes are all the same. You know, documents are no one are buying this say I did know it the same. I did ask interest rate.
And one as say assessment from where the near 12%.
Yes. And I say no, obia e be san ama obia ye till from source to make the collection easier. Abiding to me nyane sika. Unfortunately say be chia out dan come out. What you have always wanted. Na bosumi aso na okika stories. You know,
Very well. I think your point is well made. There are some messages are aired by Osemeka, but honorable, for as a matter of principle, I mean, the last time now you didn't come about this rent issue, you know, I had cause to complain about this creeping culture of agents in the system. They say housing agent into Ubershano or Moji viewing fee 100 Ghana per viewing. Uvia Sika Uwetriama if you run. Now we're saying 10% Ediama agent. We've allowed that to fester. Because people have had problems with that in principle. If I just oppose this to this current arrangement, I mean, obviously, rent masters a agent, more as the ministry, you know, a principal, because they are working on your behalf. And the principle has been said, "Oh, principal, no, and also will take care of the cost of your agent because all you man at the amount." Do you think it sits well, say principal no etua agent ne kasa onye adwuma emfa me na agent ne nso to facilitate ono na adwuma no or say about be sika e dey free me and me ba be rent na does it sit well?
Okay, under the current arrangement,
yes,
tenant na the company da
sure,
and say the agent no there because tenant in be a unim be a and now near that jar kwa ko hwe bi no and it na ko foul issue. Into that arrangement is not part the
sure,
but
me busa ask a question based on because again said Richard treachery mono the 100 cedis registration fee, you know, to offset certain costs operationally. It's the same when you just oppose it to agent, not Eddie and hand. That was why I asked that question.
Agent issue is also another whole topic.
Okay.
I think that we can have time. It's interesting to know to say, about we say a passe law be a friend of real estate agency council.
And I'm mobile brokers, no right?
Exactly. There's a system to sanitize all that. Yeah. I want another opportunity.
Not be the home
and also it brings a lot of relief to the tenants and also government and so enya konya so enya sika free amount for purposes of revenue mobilization. So we can come back and discuss
and have that conversation. There are a lot of messages but we say Obi, the registration fee is too much. Look at 100 Ghana cedis by 5,000. If the numbers given by the minister is anything to go by, that will be 500,000 Ghana cedis. This is free money to the company. Secondly, the target for the company is too huge, from 600 to 5,000, abnormal percentage increase. AB and on the way. Aba Obi. So what happens if the person who has been given this rent facility loses his or her job? Before he finishes repaying Charles Quarton, that's a very important question. And because I say a better at source, no, Mr. Richard, in more line of business, we say be a obi elusu juma. This is I say a better free source. Independent elusu juma, what happens? Now on
you have to pay. Ulusu juma, the bills don't stop. Even though I ain't to mean you
should find a way of
find a way to pay.
And when your experience be sada.
Oh yes. Well, no will be or juma again.
Okay.
They closed down.
Close it down, yeah.
You like your mama no severance package kakra.
Okay.
Into losing a job on the first month no chia no catchings we losing a juma na kakra we nya or the 200. Into no or juma fufro. And by and by he was able to identify another job and continue paying. The same will be the lose your juma de bia.
Yeah.
But the bills just don't stop.
Yeah.
Ejuma say now are paying tentem.
Now Odiatria. The mindset of the Ghanaian is okay, when you what to say, oh yes, I buying I provided 30 million seed funding, be I buying sika.
I buy a shay and ya sika. What they say? When she I bet 2
Okay. Inti na the nipa ni lusu na adwuma kra, the paying, the bills will not stop.
Yes.
The person will still have to pay. Okay.
Private sector assembly.
Yeah.
Richard Kasa means being Kasa.
Okay. We say Obi pay, what I'm hearing, it looks like those of us in the informal sector will not qualify because of at source, no.
A bedroom so. We are doing a lot of work in the background.
Okay.
We are self-employed. Deposit it in your bank account,
okay,
or in your mobile money account. When you are making the deposit now, making sure say nipa now this kind of amount is designating it as income.
Okay.
What you say?
Okay.
Because mobile statement, entries also a say scanning say and I say, and in the near future, we'll be able to analyze mobile money statement and also make a determination. Say this is your income.
Qualify.
This is what you qualify for.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Obi, I think the registration fee is exorbitant, and it seems they would be reaping many people instead of helping them. The explanation from the gentleman is somehow scary. They would make serious money on registration alone, while applicant will be left unsuccessful. I like your Legon analogy. Okay, Gasti man, will break. Community. That's with the universities and what people complain about. Obi, good evening. Please ask Honorable that I hear the National Rental Assistance Scheme will currently be operating in 6 regions, namely Greater Accra, Ashanti, Bono East, Western, Eastern, and North. Now, my question is it all the 5 regions in the North? Okay.
I said Northern region.
Northern region.
Yeah.
It started with 6 regions for now.
Yes.
Okay. The regions are not the by Greater Accra, Bono
East.
Bono East.
Yeah.
Bono East should be Techiman. Okay. Ashanti region, Western region, Eastern, and a Northern region. In the why these 6 regions?
I mean, rent advance issues. Basically, regional capitals, urban areas, and they're predominant.
Yes.
And now, even in regional capitals, you identify 6 top ones. Issues of rent advance.
Yes.
Your baby rent advance issues and and we'll start the program here. We see cannot enough for the whole country for everybody. They decided say you start a baby this work is more na scanon so baby ba na je timi at other places.
Okay. It is 6 way now they started. But interestingly, Techiman Womba Sunyani nim.
Yes. Because according to the records, the Chiman were more issues of rent than Sunyani. Oh, it's interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but eventually it will cover all regional capitals.
I think I said that in my statement yesterday.
Okay, good afternoon, Obi. The Vice President Alhaji Bawumia on 22nd August 2020 in Cape Coast promised 100 million Ghana cedi seed money for this scheme. Can the minister explain to us why that has been reduced to 30 million? Again, listening to the rep from Rentmasters, it is obvious they do not have any mechanism to decouple their business from that of government. Is this not going to be an avenue for Chop, Elder, Dallas, and Poma Williams? Honorable, the first part, 100 million promise, now 30 million adding.
And that was the plan.
Okay.
And so you say at that time when I manifesto, we are seeing the financial crisis about we are seeing be a kind in so but we are very hopeful say no my year we can be a better.
Okay, and let me see the other ones we have here. Obi, I've been listening to your interview with the CEO, and as a matter of fact, I really like your questions you're asking him. Truly, I'm not impressed at all. Thank you. This one says, Obi, a simple software feature will filter serious applicants from unserious ones. The reason for the charge of the application fee to take on serious applicant is untenable. Onassis Kobe, somewhere in the US of A, and I'll say, Obi, some few questions. What's the seed capital for the project? Okay, I think it's been answered, 30 million. How many beneficiaries are they seeking to take on within the projected budget? That has also been answered. Is there a fee to be paid by applicant? All of them have been answered. Onassis, thank you. And also, how many months of rent advance are they paying? And what's the upper limit of amount to pay per applicant? All of those questions have been answered. Onassis Kobi, thank you. Please tell them the 100 Ghana cedis is a bit too much. Kwame from Grace in excess, and now know the way about Obi 30 million. Okay, let me see 30 million cedis to help pay rent. There's another wishy-washy sloganized program which in time will end us nowhere, but will make some few people very rich. That from Mansa Musa somewhere in the United Kingdom. Where's Obi? Let's look at the extent to which the 30 million can support rent payments across the country. If it's to help tenants who just pay 1,000 monthly, which comes to 12,000 annually, 30 million can support 2,500 tenants annually. That's less than the number of employees at ECG. I was saying you'll be and the rent 1,000 Ghana cedis a month. I mean, they've set the upper ceiling to 1,500 Ghana cedis a month. And let's see how that would pan out. But this one says, Obi, is it not surprising that people are worried about the amount of money rent masters will be making due to the registration fees without thinking about the cost the company would incur in terms of doing their rounds and maintenance of those resources? Great job, Mr. Minister. Yao Marvin is in Kwesimintim Nidia or Nodia Bray, and Yao Marvin, thank you. We say Ghana for no, people do not realize the amount of administrative work involved before the contract is completed until L Ediway Abraying. Obi, we were paying our rent and mortgages here in the US when we were on lockdown for almost 7 months. Wafa Konongo or Washington DC. Okay, the meaning is amount for Lusu Majuma Kra, they will still have to pay. I think that's the import of your message. This one says, Obi, good afternoon. Please, are you talking about rent masters? Mr. Richard is genuine rent masters, and they helped one of my sons who is a foreigner from Benin, Right Reverend Dr. A.S.K. Ekosiisen, and or the way about some testimonial coming in there for rent masters. Let me see. We say, Obi, good afternoon. Will they pay the rent to the landlord monthly or the usual advance payment? If they pay in advance, are they not doing so in contravention of our rent laws? Yofi, and also the way about that's a very interesting question. Honorable, also say most to advance said the landlords as per this arrangement. As a rent loss, so because that will be more than 6 months. No,
you must. When the landlord no insisting no demanded. But okay. This is an arrangement that will satisfy both parties. Yeah.
Okay. Inti, looking at the feedback, no, is the ministry minded to do, because we say, Obi, kindly tell minister that the agent fees. Okay, we're in agent fee, we're a registration fee. It's too much. They should reduce it since not all of those applying will get that money. Thank you, Kwabena in Accra. Well, is there something that can be done about the registration fee? And answer, it's settled.
Oh, being her is cast in stone, obviously. Yeah, I'm Ghana for.
Okay.
And if Ghana for you know, cast in your baby on, let's say you be on this be, I don't know, and Tino, I can, you're better, it's in a super.
Okay. Okay. Well, I want to congratulate the Honorable Minister for this policy, and I do hope it goes a long way of meeting its intended purpose. Richmond, there was Standard Chartered Bank here in Accra, and on the way, Abraying. Well, so Obi, this is an absolutely fantastic idea. But the modus operandi is vituperative. It should seek to target those in the informal sector as well. My question is, will they pay to landlords more than 6 months advance? Because renting laws prohibit that, blah, blah, blah. And Eric Tetefroku, Deputy Communications Minister, Officer, Upper West Akim constituency. Most of your questions have been answered. This scheme has come to stay. Let us all support the movement. This was how UK, Canada, USA, and other developed countries started. We should not shy away from new initiatives. Regards to Ni Noi Norte, Master Planner Junior, or Kentampo. Where's hi Obi? Let's support our minister to roll out this great initiative in order to ease the burden on rent. Good job to your team as well. Greetings to the Minister of Works and Housing, the Honorable Kojo Baajeman, CEO of the Ghana Digital Centers, incoming MP for Asante Achim North. Ohineba?
On one I can host incoming MP and I so
Nipa na eka. Wenye Kojo Baajeman. Obi na eka ma no. Ohineba Kojo Poku ewa Shalibotwe and ono the way aba. In Honorable Kojo Baajeman we will be a chia we.
Kojo be chia.
Ekosiisen is the high Asempa 94.7 FM. Let me see if there are other ones here. Nafe yen science so enhwe yen twaso Ekosiisen so ni Asempa FM. And as we speak, portal no mabie. And the people can start applying.
Yes.
Ubi abitma apply.
See, more than 200 people have already applied.
Yes. Okay, that's fine. Inti say a man for apply waiting time near saying.
Who apply na say BBI ye pepe within 5 to 10 days we'll give you a decision.
A decision.
Yes.
5 to 10 days.
5 to 10 days.
For the decision.
Yes. Until at that point, say when you're dying bia na ya twaso.
Okay.
Unye bi nso ani aka che say kope bi.
Kope dying bi.
Unye bia no amanya so ati.
Okay. In this see across say obi enya dying bi obetimi still apply.
Yes.
Okay.
A preview to it's valid for 90 days. Okay. No. And as 90 days no kra wu a yen ka say Sanchez Kabiabio ni ebeka ne say o documents ni nyina ewu ti fa foforo bra into bank statements ni ade na ade foforo beba ene wo pay slips no but your approval is still there.
It's still there.
Aye.
Very well. Ma mention yemfa we in twem na fe yen wrap up na honorable and the CEO of Rent Masters Intimi Nkonkotwa Omojuma. So I hope sir we've been able to ask all the questions na ewomu trim amamo say bia ye musa our question so you can come through with a message na ye be share akan e di amount especially mo amo share o Facebook live mo amo share o YouTube live mo betime de mo messages aba na yakan ede amamo. Let me see this one says okay, I listened live to the launch and it was made clear that self-employed ones can submit payment received from Momo as evidence to make the application. Okay, Keyajaman and all the way back. Keyajaman, thank you so much. You are watching us on YouTube. We say Obi and the government is involved in this scheme by giving the advance to rent masters instead of securing land to build affordable housing. Miss Boyd, the two I don't think is mutually exclusive. Let's see on that now. I would ask the minister on the other options are buying explore to reduce the housing deficit in our country. We say Obi. This is a very good policy. David Techimenson on Facebook, Oga Willie Won Carrier, or say the National Rental Assistance Scheme has officially been launched. This policy is in fulfillment of government's promise to make renting accessible for all. This initiative will prevent landlords from overcharging tenants and also assist the working class from the formal and the informal sector to get a loan from their banks for rent. Kudos to Honorable Asenso and Nana Addo for this good policy. Thank you. Okay, we say, let me see. This one says, do you know the number of Ghanaians who apply for visa and how much they pay as application? And do all the applicants get their visa? We should all support this scheme to work and help all of us. Citizen Brinya Edia or Diaba and no. We say, Obi. Okay, let me see. Some people have the means to buy data every week to use it for unproductive things, like making blah 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 comments on social media. If you cannot afford 100 CDs, you are clearly not qualified to apply. Kwesi Jesse, Edia, I don't know. Nana Kwesi Ansa the third says, great initiative from the minister, transformational leader. He adds, people who have established nor managed any business before asking very blah 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 questions. You can, okay, Charlie. I'm on for cancer mo chrome how. Anyways, Ekosiisen na higher sempa 94.7 FM. Enti ma memfa we intwem na ye ne honorable mon wrap up na fe ento a discussion segment. So go ahead, Transport Enterprise say ye ka edan ho nsemi edie ebia wo nso wo small business be on the side wo business no when you ska ato car bi na ope company on be run a car no e the amount na omotua bibi amount at the end of every week. Me pacho go ahead Transport Enterprise say omo sa kwan no into omo manage individual vehicles say o car ubetime de akọ omo manage am no motua sales the amount say Uber na so omo de taxi trotro ombeye ni nyina edi amount ebia wo pragia ope say omo so de ye adwuma no mutua wo kanka they will do that. Tractors, even excavators omo manage ni nyina kama edi amount. Go ahead Transport Enterprise so sign work and pay services or more online transport services which Uber and Bolt and or more airport transport services or more Fanco barrier as of fan new station close to Jojo Water or Kinky House. Fre 0248 125 968 0248 125 968. Go ahead Transport, we are always ahead. Car home media insurance here, car insurance I mean broadly pay small car insurance about the omo Kenya and say and the insurance there was only a lump sum your premium ebia for the whole year but nye yemu bebre na ne wo say scano inti omo de intervention bia ba ubetua insurance nen kakra. In fact so your online driver or ebia uchi Bolt uchi Uber uchi Shaxi uchi Yango na opese we third party insurance oma okwan ma utua ne weekly every week ubetua 50 Ghana cedis till say ubetua premium no every inti broadly pay small car insurance the omo edema mo eno no say when je ho a number obefre is 0201 819 581 0201 819 581 ebia we aban adwuma yeni o wa car op third party insurance not comprehensive insurance but we need lump sum no boom out the kwakutua say third party amount 3 months ema oditua nkakra comprehensive so amount 12 months for you to pay. The good thing is we here guarantor and na say we car no kokunya accident even when you start paying you betua will claim na amount in full unya ne babia broly and the way money Global Giant Alliance Insurance na aka boom e say dwumede won waso yi by the free 0201 819 581 on website here broly.africa na bibia enkoye emau agbave herbal hospital the agbave herbal tea aba agbave tonic agbave fever and agbave typhoid ni nyina we dwuma edia boy dwuma papa herbal tea especially it releases stress into you be very active during the day uhia sa tea ni to begin your day boy dwuma mo am office workers factory hands ni nyina muhia agbave herbal tea tonic nso for menstrual pains, menstrual disorder, pounds, loss of appetite, unumbia, eboao, and you work with the fever, malaria, hawa, wodrano, agbeve typhoid, and so it treats feverishness and I improve general well-being. In the morning, na pay in ruin in ebi na eto. Oko agbeve herbal hospital, machines, papa. And I de air show ne bibia etumi akwa yenru ni nso de bibia ton ru bia obenya bi ato agbave herbal center or say wayaresa efie into mama yen hyane nso honorable ye jaw kwan ama wako finally the udi Ghana for ayetie onyina
yo the rika menda wase ba akonya o de abaye na ma da watie fo nso se omanya abotre no betie we no ye new program Adjumpa and touch, Adjumani and touch. Ghana Hano, Ubia, politician Bibia, sometimes I would TB some crowd, maybe Boab, and so Abamu. I would tell that she said, a touch is a bois, and my in you and moi. A dude, time I saw more cotton baby, or Munya, second to a red advance. Yeah, we are Bassett Baby so much. Program bien who I was start here unya bunibeka a teething problem.
Yes.
Yeah, and so no. We are ready to listen to advice, suggestions, ideas. Ebeboa my program no aye better.
Okay.
So the be Ghana for ebinya so for so. It's message say nyina dem adwumpa ene mpaebo ebe 33 na de mpuntu no koso so abre nyina.
Sure. Me da say Mr. Richard, into finally the Odija Ghana for 8 years.
Me so mesre say media for momoyen.
Okay.
Na mon chechre mu na yenuanom no omonte ase. Na yes so entumi nya yedwuma nyina because we are all on the same team. What you say? Rent advance na higher no na yepese ye free ho. Ntino chechre mu a se mo ti ase na so bi frɛ na so nti ase a na mon chre no mu mai yesrɛ mo.
Well, yeah, that's it. Papa Painty, Brano will fall on you. So, be here further explanation. I bana yababi din komo. Why? Yadamase Papa. Ain't honorable? Yeah, that's it. Yabasia Casabio. Why? Ekosiisen is the higher senpai.